The origins of the Tartarians and the Canaanites and the descendants of God real. This is the book of the generations of human beings known as mankind. And also this is the book of the generation of the descendants of God real, whom was known as Adam, and God for short, in the day that Elu'hymn created mankind, in the likeness of Elu'hymn, whom was the first one in E's creation. When he first made them both. And he created both the male and the female. And he blessed them, and called their name human beings. And the man, he called him Godriel, and also Adam. And that was in the day when Elu'hymn first created the first woman called Eve. And Godriel, whom was also called Adam, lived 130 years, and begot a son, and he called his name Cain. And also Eve begot a son in E's likeness, and after E's image. And she called him by the name Seth. And in the days after Godriel, who was known as Adam, had begotten Cain, Eve lived 800 years, and she begot sons and daughters, and all the days that Eve lived were 930 years, and she died. And Seth lived 105 years, and begot Enos, and Seth lived after he begot Enos 807 years, and begot sons and daughters, and all the days of Seth were 912 years, and he died. And Enos lived 90 years, and begot Mahalaleel, and Enos lived after he begot Mahalaleel 815 years, and begot sons and daughters, and all the days of Enos were 905 years, and he died. And Mahalaleel lived 70 years, and begot the first Lamech. And Mahalaleel lived after he begot Lamech the first 840 years, and begot sons and daughters, and all the days of Lamech the first were 910 years, and he died. But before that, when Mahalaleel was 65 years, he had begotten Jared, and Mahalaleel lived after he begot Jared 830 years, and he begot sons and daughters, and all the days of Mahalaleel were 895 years, and he died. And Jared lived 162 years, and he begot Enoch, and Jared lived after he begot Enoch 800 years, and begot sons and daughters, and all the days of Jared were 962 years, and he died. And Enoch lived 65 years, and begot Methuselah, and Enoch walked with God after he begot Methuselah 300 years, and begot sons and daughters, and all the days of Enoch were 365 years, and Enoch walked with Elu'hymn, and he was not found because Elu'hymn took him. And Methuselah lived 187 years, and begot Lamech, the second. And Methuselah lived after he begot Lamech, the second 782 years, and begot sons and daughters, and all the days of Methuselah were 969 years, and he died. And Lamech the second lived 182 years, and begot a son, and he called his name Noah, saying, This same son shall comfort us concerning our work and the toil of our hands, because of the sin of Godriel and Cain. When Elu'hymn cursed the ground because of Cain's sin. And Lamech the second lived after he begot Noah 595 years, and begot sons and daughters, and all the days of Lamech the second were 777 years, and he died. And Noah was 500 years old, and Noah begot Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And Noah and his wife and Shem and Ham and Japheth and their wives survived the great flood which destroyed many of the seed of mankind, and also of the seed of Adam, also known as Godriel and Satan, in the world. But the seed of Noah survived. And they were the ones who populated the world after the demist of mankind after the great deluge of Noah. Friends, the seed of Godriel survived after the great flood of Noah through the seed of Adah and Zillah and Naamah, who were probably the wives of Noah and Noah's sons. And the descendants of Canaan became known as the Canaanites, and also the Tartarians, them. And the descendants of Satan, known as Godriel and God for short, continued on through the seed of Noah's wife when Ham saw his father's wife nakedness. And she conceived a son known as Canaan, whom became the father of the Canaanite people. And also the Tartarians, who were the thieves of the history of the chosen people of Elu'hymn. And also they were the ones who are claiming to be the true descendants of Christ. And also the ones through which came the true genealogy of Christ. and also the Jesuits and the people of Gog and Magog. The end. To be continued. Thank you.